Welcome to map number 2 of this best of 3, ladies and gentlemen, where we have the green Protoss player spawning in the top left position of the map, currently 1-0 up, needing one more to advance to the round of 16. Can he do it in 2, or will he sweat a little and have this game end up in parity? He's the heavy favourite and a massive fan favourite worldwide. Ladies and gents, give it up for Grubby. Love that image. And his opponent, spawning in the bottom right-hand position, representing Legend Destiny. It's the French Zerg player, who I believe plays all 3 races because he played Protoss in round 1. He's a game down at the moment after not able to get away from that very greedy opener in game 1. Let's see what he does this time. It's Pouchou. And alright, another early drone scout coming out from our Zerg player here. Despite being on a 2-player map, I wonder what he's going to do. Are we potentially even going to see a hatchery go down here? I don't think there's any sort of cat stuff likely to go down right now. But you know what? You can never be sure. Cats touches the hearts and minds of many, many people worldwide. And you never know when some funky stuff is about to pop out. And actually, this drone sees the forge going down first, so that's a pretty big telltale sign here of a potential cannon rush. And Grubby just saying, hey mate, I'm going forge first here. You probably don't want to be so greedy. You might want to be watching out back home right now. And I think that's exactly what Pouchou is thinking of. He's actually going spawning pool first. A massive, massive contrast, of course, to the 3 hatch before pool that we saw in the previous game. And Grubby just making the threat known here. I don't think he's seriously going to cannon rush, especially after he sees the spawning pool first has indeed come out. But he is forcing Pouchou to playing a lot more conservative of a game. And Grubby is in fact going to be following this up with a Nexus before completing the rest of his wall as well. So, well, don't often see forge first from Protosses these days, but that is going to be the case here for Grubby. Just putting his probe here in a very slightly irregular hexagonal shape at the 3rd base location to spot what the timing is going to be on that, so that Grubby will know exactly how greedy or not greedy Pouchou is going to be playing here in game number 2. In the meantime, the hatch is about halfway done. The wall's continuing to get put down by Grubby, and Overlord from Pouchou will be able to spot that all of this is going on. It knows that he's basically out of danger as far as a cannon rush is concerned, and that's why we potentially have another drone coming out to put down a 3rd hatch, maybe? Wow, is he really going for that location? I guess so, and Grubby's happy to follow him as well. Ooh, but he gave him a little bit of the slip. Is he going to be able to get here and put a hatch down before the probe gets into range? I think he will, and there we go. So Grubby unable at this time to deny the 3rd hatchery going down there. A little bit of a dummy. Getting Grubby to move up the ramp and then moving back down there. And we'll see if Grubby has the intention of being aggressive against this hatchery. This Overlord actually spotting potential positions where Grubby might be looking to put down a pylon and potentially cannons. And, well, a pylon gets put down right next to it, and this is Grubby trying to force as many larvae as possible, guys, to become things other than drones. So 6lings immediately being produced. This isn't a serious attack coming out from Grubby. He just wants to stop drones from being produced, and immediately cancelled, and you can see, oh, some of the lings actually getting cancelled as well in response there from Pouchou. So, +1 attack now being made at the forge, not being chrono boosted as of yet. Doesn't look like he's going for an immediate +1 timing or anything similar. And Grubby has many options available to him at the moment. I mean, the forge basically, especially without the cannon rush and associated investment in minerals to try and attack there, means that he can get his upgrades quickly. But other than that, is fairly open to what kind of tech he chooses to go with. He's just going to be moving into the robotics facility for now, still very, very flexible. And Pouchou, in the meantime, once again, is just trying to drone up as hard as he can right now. He's gone up, admittedly, he's only on 26 workers right now, so he does have to drone up quite a bit. But that 3rd base should prove quite useful to him indeed. We'll start, there we go, spreading creep between the natural and the 3rd, and this is a very, very long distance as well. So it needs to make sure that he can get units over there ASAP. And Grubby looking perhaps to apply a little bit of gateway pressure here alongside that robotics facility. Pouchou is going to be able to spot one of these gateways. He should be able to spot the other two as well with this overlord before it dies. Yep, there we go. Just about passing through the vision of all of it. Sees that Grubby is making 3 additional gateways, but does not see gateways number 4 and 5. And 6. So we actually have a 7 gate coming out of here from Grubby with a warp prism from the robotics facility here. So he's looking to apply some very, very quick gateway pressure. Now, can Pouchou scout and respond to this? That's really the key right now. Unfortunately, he's a little bit supply blocked on 63 out of 62 after losing that overlord as well. So, unfortunately, bumping his build a little bit, and that's going to prove rather costly for him if he can't get those units out quickly indeed. He's got the Evolution Shaper, and this time we see the Roach Warren on the way from him. Grubby's 4 gateways are about to complete, though. Is this going to be enough to get a substantial number of roaches out on the field? I'm not 100% sure. The Warp Prism coming in now with 2 sentries and a stalker. I have a feeling their job is going to be to stop units from the main base getting into the natural expansion if he decides to fly it over here at the start of the engagement. Or he can just leave the Warp Prism at the back of his army and use it as a reinforcement pylon. We'll be keeping an eye on that. He is moving into the main base, though. A lot of Lings are moving up, and it looks like, yep, there is the first force field on the Rapid. He's actually going inside the main base. A couple of Zealots here to harass the third, and that is a massive 7-gate warp in. How many units does Pouchou have? The answer is not enough right now. Speed is only halfway done, and +1 attack for the Roaches, and admittedly there are 10 of those coming out, is on the way. But look at how many Zealots are in this mineral line. The number of workers being killed right now, well, it's 9 and counting. More and more force fields on the main base ramp, and Grubby just wants to completely take out this main base. He'll also be able to take out the layer, of course, if he's able to keep this up. The Overlords are pulled here, so supply blocks are in order as well for our Zerg player if he doesn't do something about this very soon. The layer now is being targeted down, and yes, there are roaches, but not enough to matter because of these force fields at the natural expansion ramp. This is looking very, very difficult now for Pouchou to come back in, and I think Grubby has just executed this attack brilliantly. We have a counterattack going up towards the natural expansion here, but look, the Mothership Core is ready, the cannon is ready. We've been walled out completely by the pylons, and we could get a couple of sentries to make this complete, but Grubby, he's doing one-sided damage right now. It's not going to be enough. Pouchou doesn't have any more defense. Looks like GG has just been called, and he's accepted that he's going to be losing this game, and he's down to 67 supply versus 97. Grubby, ladies and gentlemen, wins the series 2-0 and will advance to play Slivko in the round of 16.